Welcome back to Luke's Properties YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about why you can't hit £10,000 a month until you master these 5 things. Before we get into the video, a little bit about myself. My name's Luke. 7 years ago, I started a rent-to-rent business with my last £6,000 in savings. Since then, I've turned that £6,000 into a multi-six-figure rent-to-rent business. I've used the profits from that business to buy a buy-to-let portfolio. And nowadays, I spend my time making content for you guys and teaching people how to do exactly what I've done. So that's a little bit about me. Now let's get into the video. So in this video, I want to tap into your entrepreneurial mindset. So if you're grinding, you're making content and trying to build your business, but nothing feels like it's clicking, then this video is for you. I'm going to show you exactly why you're underachieving. After mentoring hundreds of rent-to-rent students over the last 4 years, and building my own business from scratch, I found that every entrepreneur that's stuck is missing one or more of these 5 key areas. And if even one of these key areas is out of alignment, it's like trying to drive a car with one flat tire. So let's break things down and I'll show you how to fix it. Now, the reason that you're stuck and you're not hitting 10K, 20K, 30K months is not a mystery. It's simply because one of these 5 key areas is out of alignment. And this is why most entrepreneurs fail and why my successful students don't. By fixing these key areas and making sure they're all aligned, you become unstoppable. And if you're ready to start your rent-to-rent business and you want me to mentor you, then in the video description below, there's a link to book a call in with me. On that call, we'll have a conversation and we can work out if we're a good fit for each other. So let's get back into the video. So the first of 5 key areas is mindset, who you believe you are. Mindset is the root of everything else. It's the foundation for every successful entrepreneur. You can't become more until you believe you can. I grew up in a working class, single parent household. Money was always tight. And because of this, I developed a poor person's mindset. For many years, throughout my childhood and young adult life, I didn't believe that I could make £10,000 a month, £20,000 a month, even £30,000 a month. And these were self-limiting beliefs that I had developed because of my environment. My success started when I changed how I thought. I went from I can't afford it to how can I afford it? I went from thinking it's risky to it's even riskier to stay broke. You must train your mindset like a muscle. The same way you'd go to the gym, you train your cardio, you train your muscles, you train your abs, you train your chest, you train your legs, even though most people don't. You must train your mindset the same way. And until your internal world shifts, your external world never will. So you must get your mindset right first. That's step 1. Once your mindset is right and you believe that you can achieve greatness and abundance, then you need to make sure that your knowledge is right and aligned. You can't apply what you don't know. And oftentimes we don't know what we don't know. Knowledge is a key area for every successful entrepreneur. You can't take action if you don't know what to do. When I first started my rent-to-rent business, I used to ask my friend who had built and sold a successful rent-to-rent business years prior. I used to ask him questions all the time. I became a bit of a pest to him, to be honest. I wanted to know everything about rent-to-rent. Back then, I also watched hundreds of YouTube videos for months on end. I'd be staying up till 2, 3, sometimes even 4 in the morning, just binging every single YouTube video I could find about rent-to-rent. And I'd make loads of notes in my little black notepad. After doing this for a few months, I gathered enough knowledge to start my rent-to-rent business. And once I started, I learned so much more. I still made loads of mistakes, but from making those mistakes, I learned valuable lessons and I grew and improved as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. This is how my program gives you a step-by-step roadmap, because I've been there and I've done it. I've made the mistakes, I've lost money, so I can show you how to not make those same mistakes. There's no guesswork when you work with me. Knowledge by itself isn't power, but applied knowledge is where your real power is. Which takes me nicely into the 3rd key area that you must master, and that's application. Most people get stuck here. You can have the correct mindset, you can have the correct knowledge. There's loads of information out there today. You can use ChatGPT and AI to find out most things in around 10 seconds. But without application, you can't progress. Most people get stuck because they're not applying what they know. You can have knowledge, you can have mindset, but are you actually doing the work? I used to drive from London to Wales every weekend. I'd view 5 to 10 properties every single week. I walked into letting agents. I sent thousands of HMO letters. This is where most people fail. They send 3 emails, hear nothing back, and then say, it's not working. One student recently told me he hadn't got a deal yet, but he'd only sent a few messages, and he'd done no viewings, and he was wondering why he hadn't got his first rent-to-rent deal. And I told him, dude, you're not doing anywhere near enough. You have to increase your volume. You have to get out there, go and meet people, go and speak to estate agents, go and speak to landlords, offer your services. You need to do more to achieve the desired result. You can't just send a few messages and wonder why something's not working. You haven't even tried. You don't get results from thoughts. You get results from doing things consistently. Now, once you've got your mindset dialed in, you've got your knowledge dialed in, and you're applying and implementing that knowledge, if you do this for long enough, you move on to the next key area, which is skill set. Being skilled is like the hidden reason why results come. Skill is the ability to do something well, and you only develop skill by repeating the process. So by constantly sending messages to landlords, by constantly going on viewings, by constantly making offers, over a long enough time frame, you start to get really good at this process and you develop skill. At first, you're clumsy, you're probably saying the wrong things on the phone, on the viewings, but through repetition, you develop skill and then you become competent. Suddenly, it feels like deals and opportunities start to come, but this isn't coincidence. They're coming because you've become skilled, not because of luck, but because you've practiced over and over again and you've developed your skill set. Most people want results before they actually deserve them. And if you're not skilled yet, it doesn't mean it's not working. It just means you need to do more reps. And you might not be good enough yet, but in another 10 to 12 weeks, if you keep doing the reps, then you will be. And you've come too far at this point to turn back. So why not keep going? This leads me on to the 5th key area that you must master to become a successful entrepreneur, which is time. Have you done the work for long enough? I see this happen all the time. Even with some of my students, they join the program, they start doing the work, and then a few weeks into it, they give up. They stop booking calls with me, they stop messaging me on WhatsApp, they stop working their way through the modules, because in their mind, they thought they were going to become an overnight success. They had an unrealistic time frame attached to their success. And because of this, when they didn't become successful overnight, they gave up. So to become a successful entrepreneur, you must master time and you must do things for long enough to achieve results. In most cases, it might feel like you're failing, but you're not failing. You're just not finished yet. You haven't done the work for a long enough period of time. Everyone wants results too fast, especially in today's day and age, in the era of social media. Everyone wants to become a success tomorrow. And the reality is, it just doesn't work like that. You have to be willing to do something long enough to get good at it. I've been doing rent to rent for 7.5 years. I've been teaching people how to build their rent to rent businesses for nearly 4 years now. I've been investing in buy to lets for 5 years. These are long periods of time, but by doing these things for a long period of time, I've developed skill and I've become good at them because I've given myself long enough to become a success. I haven't started any of these businesses with the hope of becoming a millionaire overnight, because I know life doesn't work like that. But what's happened is, over time, my work and my efforts have all started to compound, and now I'm doing pretty well. But I started this journey 7.5 years ago, so I've put the work in, and now I get the fruits of my labor. In the book Think and Grow Rich, there's a story about a man who gave up digging when he was just 3 feet from gold. As you can see in the picture below, the man in the bottom of the picture stopped digging because he thought he wasn't going to get anywhere, so he gave up. But he was literally 3 feet away from gold, and now the man above him, he's going to keep digging and he's going to get the gold because he's determined and he wasn't trying to get rich quick. So often in entrepreneurship, people give up too soon. People quit before it actually gets good. And in my experience, whenever I've felt like giving up, it normally means there's a breakthrough just around the corner. So if I can get up the following week, even if I'm feeling down, and still do what needs to be done and hang in there, there's normally a breakthrough waiting for me. But if you give up too soon, you never get there. When people join my program, I ask my students to commit to 2 hours of focused work per day for 6 months, and it works. I've done numerous 6-month sprints over the last 7.5 years across both of my businesses and my investment portfolio, and every single 6-month period grew my businesses and increased my net worth. And if you copy successful people's work ethic and stay in the game long enough, then you can win too. So the question is, are you going to align these 5 areas or stay stuck? You need to align your mindset. Ask yourself, do you really believe that you can succeed? Knowledge, do you know what to do? Application, are you doing the actual work? Are you doing the needle moving activities that move you forward? Not scrolling on your phone, not having a fancy landing page, a nice logo, the actual work that moves you closer to your goal. Speaking with landlords, speaking with agents, speaking with decision makers, going on viewings, making offers. Are you doing this stuff? Skill set, are you improving with repetition? Can you see your skill set improving? Are your conversations with landlords, with agents, feeling easier? If they are, that means your skill set is improving. The way to improve is repetition. Are you doing the reps? Be honest with yourself. And finally, time. Have you done it for long enough to make your efforts compound? If any of these 5 areas are missing or out of alignment, then your success stalls. When all 5 areas are dialed in and aligned, success becomes inevitable. Now, if you want me to help you get your first 1 to 3 rent-to-rent properties in the next 180 days, guaranteed, then I'll put a link in the description below. Click the link and you'll be able to book a call in with myself. On that call, we'll work out if we're a good fit for each other and if I could be a good mentor for you. If not, then keep watching my content, keep copying what me and my successful students are doing, and I'm sure you'll make some progress. I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.